Who the hell else am I gonna blame?
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes slipped this weekend at the box office to number 3, taking in $16.4 million.
Know your legend. You're the son of Zeus.
Hercules flexed some muscle and hauled in $29 million during its first weekend in theaters, enough for second place.
I have access to 28% of my cerebral capacity. I can feel every living thing.
But it was Scarlett Johansson's drug-enhanced brain that outsmarted the competition. Lucy came in at number 1, earning $44 million. Now, Jason Gorber from TwitchFilm.com joins us as always. Jason, good to see you.
Welcome back, Scott. We have missed you.
Yeah, right.
No problem.
You know who is really missed?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Exactly.
Yeah, we miss him desperately. It's funny, I saw another Scandinavian film. There was a guy that looked like him. I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to see Philip Seymour Hoffman again in movies. But you do have a chance to see him in limited release in a film that I actually saw back at Sundance, The Most Wanted Man, directed by Anton Corbijn, who's a guy I knew as the guy that took the photos on the cover of Joshua Tree album by U2.
And the Japan albums.
Well, there you go.
David Sylvian.
Very nice. Canadian, Montreal boy. The point is that Anton Corbijn is like this beautiful photographer who has started directing films. And he's also done a film based on a book and a screenplay by John le Carré. I'm a huge fan of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. So I was really looking forward to this really interesting post-9/11 spy intrigue set in Germany kind of messed up film. And it's pretty good, and that's a bit disappointing that it's not amazing. But it's definitely worth seeing. Yes, it will get a lot of notice because it's Philip Seymour Hoffman's basically last major role. There's a couple other things that are coming out that will probably have him in it. But when I saw it, he hadn't passed yet. So without any of that baggage, just taken as a film, I really enjoy it, and I think it's something worth seeking out. It's a super interesting take on this spy genre, and definitely worth seeking out. It's playing limited release throughout the country.
I really like spy movies. And did the filmmakers talk about whether this was difficult to complete, considering the tragic circumstances?
That's what I'm saying. I saw this at Sundance 6 days before he died. So it played, he was in Sundance to promote this and another film. It was one of the things that got cut up. So this was absolutely in the can. There's a couple other roles he had. For example, with the Hunger Games films, he plays a role. They're actually talking about replacing him with CGI. And actually, he's shot some of the sequences, but you're going to use CGI to actually continue his role, which is a really new, weird thing that they're doing now with cinema. So we just got to get used to.
If there was ever a role completely designed for Dwayne Johnson, this is it.
Yeah, we smell what he's cooking, and I don't even get that reference because I'm not a wrestling guy. But the point of the matter is this. Like Tom Cruise, it is clear 100% that The Rock wants nothing more than to entertain an audience. And I'm not happy that this film is not good, but this film is not good. He's trying so bloody hard to be entertaining. And it basically takes the myth of Hercules and twists it and makes it like, okay, so maybe the stories about Hercules weren't quite so truthful, but he's still heroic regardless, so he's telling his own myth. The film's directed by Brett Ratner, who's one of the more egregious directors who have ever worked. But nonetheless, I kind of had hope. I thought, okay, this is what we're going to go. And look, he's got a lot of muscles. It's got people like John Hurt in it. It's got Ian McShane, who I love when he swears. But it just does not come together.
I'm definitely not swearing. Last topic, Snowpiercer, Korean action.
Another film with John Hurt, director, a guy did The Host, not the bad host, but the good host, the monster movie from Korea. It has people like Tilda Swinton in it. And this is a film that was almost taken away from the director, but it actually got released in its full form. Definitely worth seeking out. I didn't love it as much as some, but a sort of weird, twisted sci-fi film on a train with some really great people, some great performances. And it's one of these super stylish films that's coming out of Korea. There's a whole slew of these directors. If you want to see interesting genre in sci-fi films, hire a Korean director, get him to do an English language film, and see something that you haven't seen before.
Sounds pretty good. Jason, I'm going to remind people they can follow you on Twitter at Filmfest_CA. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Scott. Take care.